Alright, I think it's recording. I believe it is. There should be a light of some kind, right? But there isn't. Alright, anyway. Oh, it's probably on the screen that I can't see. Broken camera. Yeah, so... Yeah, there really should be something. Come on. It's not going to give me any indication whatsoever. Damn. Anyway, I'm using some sort of camera effect. Cosmetic. I don't know. I could use some cosmetic. Yeah, I could use some of that. So anyway, no real subject. Yep, one of those kind of videos. No real subject. No lens on the camera, so I don't know about the focal length. Find out and such. That's an auto focus. I don't know whether it did any focusing. Don't know. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Anyway, I don't know where the microphone is either. Yeah, I have batteries glued to the bottom of this thing. It has a, you know, it's just these little things are just really irritating. I mean, Samsung's a pretty good company. Make pretty good stuff, but these are real little clunkers. I mean, they're nice little cameras, but don't get me wrong. But you know, they have a proprietary battery. You know, and if you don't have their battery in the camera, it says some stupid message like "check for inappropriate battery," and then turns off. And you're just like, what the fuck is that, you stupid shits? I mean, you know, it's just 3.7 volts. I just want the camera to run. Why shouldn't I be able to put any battery that I can fit in there, you fuckers? Just such a racket. So, of course, and like the batteries are really expensive. You know, there's people selling them for $27. They're just a battery, you know, 3.7 volt lithium battery. Just insane kind of bullshit. So anyway, completely side issue, you know. So then I had to make a little 5 volt portable battery. And 5 volts is a little tricky because you have to use a lithium battery and a regular rechargeable battery. Yeah, so that's a pain in the ass. And it's still working. That's good. Alright. Yeah, nobody's making videos. So YouTube is so dead. Sorry to anybody who's making videos, who thinks they're making videos anyway. Here I was reading from a logic book, and I thought it would be good, but it's going to get horrible. He mistakenly read a chapter ahead, and you already can hear all this convoluted XY bullshit. I mean, logic is just so simple. I mean, how you test logic is to see if there's a case that isn't included in what you're saying. So if you say that, I don't know, you can say a lot of stupid things. Okay, the rich have never been richer than they were in 1929. In 1929, the stock market crashed. In 2012, the rich are richer than they've ever been before. Therefore, equals, you know, I mean, you could fill in the missing component, which is stock market will crash. Well, obviously, that's broken logic. It's not perfect. You can't, everything has a probability of being true. Nothing has an absolute truth to it. I mean, even just saying something like this thing is green, you know, there's a fudge to it, you know, depending on how you define the word green, or because somebody else might have a different definition of the word green. Or there's always these little variables or conditionals that are attached to everything. So you can't really even do the adding up thing, except very basic ones. Like you can say water is wet, because the word water, the word wet was purely invented to describe what water is. People felt water a lot. They said, this is what it is, it's wet. And that was the invention of the word. So it's kind of like a high probability, like an absolute truth. You can't unravel that one with any kind of statement, because there's no other origin for the word wet, and there's no other, and it's just a perfect describer of water in terms of what it is as a word. Now, people can have different definitions of wet, different conceptions of wet, but the fact that water's wet is just a fact. And you can logically, it's not even logic anymore. It's sort of a premise, so don't even go that far. But yeah, I mean, logic is really about contradiction. So as long as you aren't making a statement that has a contradiction in it, then you're okay. And as long as you're not making a statement that can be refuted with just another statement that says this is a case where it didn't come out that way. So as long as you can compose of a possibility of a flaw, then, you know, the statement's too absolute, right? I mean, if there's no reasonable alternative explanation, then something's logical. I think it has to be that way. I mean, to simplify it all, to reduce it all down to nothing, that's the simple statement. If there's no equally logical counter-argument or statement, then the statement has to be logical. It kind of has to be. So it just depends on really what kind of words you're using, and how much vagary, how much imprecision you have in your language, or how absolutely you're saying something. So if you conditional your statements properly, you can put two statements together and say, you know, A plus B will equal C, or whatever however the metaphor, the fact that you're combining two facts to make a new fact. So I guess I should try to do one of those, just invent one about evolution. Evolution is unintelligent design. we are a product of evolution. Therefore, we quite possibly, see, after quite possibly, we're definitely unintelligently designed. Now, whether we are an unintelligent design is another issue, because you can accidentally design intelligently without intelligence. As stupid as that sounds. Or you could just use the word deliberate or something else to conditional it. But again, see, it's just about what words you use, really. It's about how carefully you say what you're saying. So the logic is you can't reduce it to integers. You can't reduce facts to an integer, because no fact is absolute. They're always conditional. I mean, if I say I'm breathing oxygen, I mean, it's conditional on the fact that I'm not in the matrix, that my consciousness isn't an illusion in a synthetic world where oxygen doesn't really exist. All right, I'm back. Yes, I guess it cut off for whatever reason. I tried to use the zoom, so I'm going to try it again, just because, I'm a fool that way. Yeah, telephoto, wide. Yeah, there it goes. All right, so there's the wide. Yeah, all right. Now I can zoom in on the cat. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? I don't know. Was it cool or not? I don't know. Try again. Yeah, it's coming back. Yeah, wide angle. Alright. Let's try one more zoom. Well, that's not a very good pose. Cat. Idiot. Fool. Fucktard. Moron. Nope. Okay. Alright, let's try macro kind of thing. Let's do this one of these dandelions. Alright, there's dandelion. That's the wide angle. And we zoom in on it. See how it zooms. Alright, pretty good, right? I don't know. I can't tell. See if it does it from this close here. About a foot away. Now we'll telephoto and see what we get. And we're wide. Alright, enough of this already. This is my job. For some other later time. Hey. No, you can't do that. No, you can't. You've got to get rid of these scabs. Scabby. Yes, we do. Oh, no claws, please. No claws. I know it's your instinct, but no, I don't like it. Your hair curl too. It's funny. Anyway, sorry. No video. Yeah. Ripping you off entirely. Whoa, sorry. That probably made noise. Doesn't matter anyway. Okay, so we're done. Cat running. Missed it. Okay, anyway. Flower. Almost a flower. Yeah, one flower. Alright. I wonder if the other thing lived. Doesn't look very good. Anyway, okay, that's enough. No, it is a stupid video. What the hell? These videos are for. Got my hand in the wrong angle. I can't find buttons on this camera.